What's up my YouTube, my name is Veles. Today I will tell you about the best VST plugins we'll 100% use and will be used in the future for a long. I will show you also plugins I use to make my beats, and at the end I will tell you about what in my opinion you should buy for $500 budget. So let's start. Let's start with the best plugins. So the best plugin, in my opinion, is Arturia Analog Lab 5. It's a huge library of high quality sounds and you have a lot of samples only after purchase, but still you can buy more banks. A lot of producers sell banks for really cheap price with a lot of sounds. So don't worry, probably you will never be bored of samples you have and you will find the sound you're looking for. So now, pros and cons of the Analog Lab. Pros: unlimited amount of sounds, simple to use, worth the money, high quality of the sounds, a huge amount of external banks. Cons: and I'm honest with you, it's really hard to find a disadvantage of this plugin, but I found big one. You can't make your own presets. To make presets for Analog Lab, you need V Collection and it costs a lot of money. V Collection is a suite of a lot of synths, and using only this synths, you will be able to make Analog Lab presets. But don't worry, you can still buy one or two synths from V Collection and make presets using them. You don't need to buy all of them. Next plugin I would recommend is Omnisphere 2, and it's the best synth of all time. Price is quite high, but this synth is worth your every money. You will get high quality stock presets, thousands of them. You can search them by categories, types, genres, authors and other filters. And of course you can make your own presets and banks. You have 4 oscillators, FX tab and ARP tab. You can also use ARP, was the best thing from this synth in my opinion, and you can also modify your sounds using wave shaper, harmonizer, granulizer and unison. And Omnisphere has one thing that other synths doesn't have. It's multi-tab, which allows you to layer presets with each other and make the most complex sound in the world. Now pros and cons. Pros: huge library of high quality sounds, a lot of samples you can make sounds with, a lot of waveforms, cool effects and functions to modulate your sounds, the best synth of all time. Now cons, and doesn't have any, really. Okay, so I told you about 2 the best plugins available right now. You will not need anything else when you have them. Next plugins I will tell you about now will only allow you to improve your music. So let's start with Keyscape. Keyscape is a library of piano sounds, in my opinion the best piano and most realistic piano available right now. You have a lot of them, really huge amount of piano samples. If you make piano beats, this plugin is perfect for you. Now pros and cons. Pros: huge amount of high quality piano samples, variety piano samples and the best and the most realistic piano samples on the market. Cons: huge price, and it's better to buy Analog Lab on Omnisphere if you don't have them. And of course you pay for only piano samples. Next plugin is really cool and way cheaper than previous ones. It's Electra X. Electra X is perfect to make ambient sounds. You can also make very crazy sounds, so when you like some crazy and alien type of sounds, this synth is perfect to do this kind of samples. Synth is really simple to use, has clear interface and has everything you will need from a synth. Now Electra X pros and cons. Pros: simple to use, you can load your own samples, an adequate price. And now cons: has some limitations. You can add only one effect per oscillator and only one effect on master. And this, in my opinion, is the huge disadvantage of this plugin. Next is Serum. Serum is very intuitive synth with clear interface. Usually EDM producers use this synth, but it's perfect to make rage beats too. Serum has interesting graphic design. You have everything presented graphically, which helps you to understand sound design if you don't know anything about it. Now pros and cons. Pros: way cheaper than previous synths, easy to use, perfect to make rage beats, everything is presented graphically, so you can understand what you are doing if you are a beginner. Cons: you have only 2 oscillators, you don't have ARP tab, and it's really hard to make ARPs, and you can't load your own samples to the oscillators. Next plugin is Xand. It's not that good like previous ones, but I like it too. You have cool stock presets and you can create your own. You have also a lot of external banks from other producers. Xand costs around $150, but you can often buy it really cheap. Pros and cons. Pros: cool presets, a lot of external banks, easy to use, often discounts. Cons: this is not the best option for a first plugin and very limited possibilities. Okay, so I told you about all this stuff. Let's say you're a music producer, beatmaker, and you have $500. What you should buy? My answer is, it depends. If you want to have possibility to create own presets, sounds, I recommend you to buy Omnisphere 2, and it's the option I would choose. But if you don't care about it and your goal is just making beats, not sound design, I recommend you to buy Analog Lab. My personal opinion, when you have Analog Lab, you don't need anything else. Analog Lab is everything you will need to make good beats. So you will need around $200 for Analog Lab and you can just enjoy. You have one of the best tools from the market, you're making good beats, selling them, make a living from music production, and you are a millionaire. But still, you have $300 left. So now, you have two options. First option, buy more plugins and you have more possibilities, or second option, don't buy more plugins and buy some effects instead. If I would choose option 2. You already have one of the best two plugins, so to the pro level you'll need some effects, and I will make a video in the same format about the effects, so if you're choosing second option, link is in the description to a video about effects. But if you're choosing a first option, for this $300 I would buy Electro-X for another $200 and Xand on discount. Current discount for Xand is $12, so you have around $80 left, and for this money you can buy Analog Lab preset banks. And for $500 you have really good equipment to work with. You will need only these tools I told you about to achieve pro level. Now what you need is effects, so I will record a tutorial about it, link is in the description. So thank you guys for watching, see you next time.